Raiders football is finally back. Well, kind of. It's been the preseason. The Raiders finally finished their very first game a couple of days ago, facing the Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota, and we came away with a loss. Yes, we lost our very first preseason game, but I'm not too worried about that, mainly because, the Raiders always win in the preseason, and we don't win in the regular season. So I'd rather lose in the preseason just to win in the regular season, you know what I mean?
What?
And if we look at this game, honestly, we kind of won the first half, so that's all I care about as far as right now. Now, there's a lot of positives and a lot of negatives to take out of this game, one being our quarterback position. Now, there was a lot of questions coming into this game, who our starting quarterback was going to be. We wanted to see how these two quarterbacks look in game time form. Now, we got to see a little bit of Aiden O'Connell, and we got to see Gardner Minshew. Obviously, Aiden O'Connell got the nod to be the starting quarterback, which I believe, he's going to go into the season as the starting quarterback. And he didn't look too bad out there. He looked composed in the pocket, and you could tell that he has a little bit more confidence going into this season, especially knowing that this is going to be his job to lose. Now, he only had one drive in this game, which was pretty solid. Went 7 for 9 for 76 yards. We were in the red zone, and we struggled a little bit. He got sacked, and we settled for a field goal. That's something we don't want to see in the regular season, because we've seen that plenty of years when we had Derek Carr, but I'm not going to talk too much about him. But, we got to see a solid showing from our starting unit under Aiden O'Connell, and Jacoby Myers was, I would say, his number one target when we were on that first drive. Now, I was kind of excited to see what Minshew would look like in this offense, and he did not disappoint at all. He looked really composed in the pocket as well, and even when he was getting rushed and when the pressure was coming to him, he still found a way to get the ball out of his hands and, find somebody down deep, and one of those guys being Trey Tucker, man. I'm going to talk on Trey Tucker just a little bit, but as far as Gardner Minshew, man, he had a solid day, a solid showing, 6 for 12 for 117 yards and a touchdown. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there in the Raidernation and even in the media kind of looking at this saying that Minshew won the battle, but you can't really judge both of these guys. I know I gave Aiden O'Connell a lot of shit last year and whatnot. Most of that was just mainly jokes because, Jimmy G was my guy. But anywho, I feel like we have a solid quarterback battle right now. I don't think that Minshew won the job just out of this one game, because we barely got to see Aiden O'Connell only in one drive. I would just say, as far as the two quarterbacks that we do have, I think that we have two solid quarterbacks to go into the season. Now, we still got 2 more preseason games to watch, so hopefully we can see a little bit more of Aiden O'Connell, and maybe we could see him more composed in the pocket. And if he is, and he's able to move around in the pocket and not be a statue like he was last year, then I'm gonna be a little bit more excited about this. Now, I want to talk about some other positives on the offensive side of the ball, one being Mau's wide receiver DJ Turner. It's great to see him go out there and do his thing and come away with a touchdown in this game. I believe the last time we played the Vikings in preseason, he did get a touchdown in that game as well, so hopefully we can see more touchdowns outside of the Vikings, you know what I mean? But if you guys don't already know, man, DJ Turner was on the 9th Island podcast. If you guys did not check that out, go check that out after the video. Of course, it's great to see that he showed out in this game after having the camp that he has been having and getting the praise that he's been getting throughout all of training camp. So I'm hoping that he could come in and at least fight for that wide receiver 3 spot, or even just stay at that wide receiver 4 spot and be a solid piece, in this wide receiver room. Another wide receiver that got some shine out there and I feel like solidifies his wide receiver 3 spot as far as right now is Trey Tucker, man. He had only 2 catches in this game, but man, oh man, there were 2 big catches from Gardner Minshew on 3rd downs, 3rd and longs. And it's great to see that we have a weapon like Trey Tucker on this team, somebody that has that speed that could get downfield and make plays. And we've seen that in this game just a little bit. We only got to see a little bit, but it did get me excited about Trey Tucker moving forward. Now, another positive that I would take out of this game is seeing that run game, man. Zamir White finally got to get into the end zone yet again as the number 1 running back for the Las Vegas Raiders, man. To see him out there with the number 3, man, looks good, man. You know what I mean? Pause. Now, another running back that I was really excited to see out there, go out there and do his thing was none other than running back Sincere McCormick. He was the leading rusher for the game with 32 yards, but I'm going to say overall the offense really looked good out there. Shout out to Luke Getsy. I know there was a lot of questions coming into the season, but we can definitely see that Luke Getsy might be able to get this offense right. But again, this is just one game. We got to see how it looks throughout the season, because I said the same exact thing for Josh McDaniels and see where he ended up, right? Now, moving over to the defensive side of the ball, Man, Jack Jones, man. What more can I say about this guy? Of course, he's a fan favorite. A lot of Raider Nation loves him. And one thing that we love from him that, we took away from last season was the fact that this guy can get sticky, man. He could get the ball in his hands. He's like a wide receiver playing defense. But to see him come into this preseason game with that type of momentum against this rookie quarterback, JJ McCarthy, he came away with the interception. I was like, man, what can't this dude do? You know what I mean? So I'm happy that he's on our team. He had a huge highlight in this game. Another player that I want to shine the light on, at least on the defense side of the ball, is seeing Jacorian Bennett go out there and start opposite of Jack Jones. There's been a lot of praise on his name as well. It's just good to see him go out there, get those reps out there, and Antonio Pierce and Patrick Graham are trusting him to be out there and play alongside of Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs. Now, one big negative that I would take away from this defense is our secondary, man. Our secondary did not play well at all in this game. Once JJ McCarthy kind of got situated, after throwing his interception, this dude was tearing up our secondary with big plays. And that was one thing that, obviously as Raider fans was frustrating seeing all these big plays pop off. Now, I forgot what the hell the running back name was from the Vikings, but that dude ran all the way to the house for a huge touchdown, ran past everybody. Not only that, JJ McCarthy was able to hit Tristan Jackson on a huge touchdown play and also hit Trent Sherfield for another huge touchdown play as well. Just giving up those big plays are something that you don't want to see. We don't want to see any of that during the season. We don't want to see it during the preseason, but it's good that we got it out the way right now. I'm just wondering what the Raiders are going to do next week or the next game coming up, if they're going to clean some of those things up, because if that's something that we're going to have to deal with during the regular season, it's going to be a long season. Now, another negative that I took from this game was the quarterback position. Obviously, I talked about Aiden O'Connell and Minshew, and I feel like those are two solid quarterbacks, at least for now. But seeing Anthony Brown out there, he didn't look good at all. My dude was struggling to play the quarterback position. And it's kind of funny because I know a lot of people were talking about, oh man, Anthony Brown might be the guy to take over the starting role. And maybe he can. I don't want to downplay him too much, but from what I've seen from this game, he's not it. I think it's going to be between Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. Brown is just going to be there just to be there. But with that said, Raider Nation, what else did you guys see from this game that you liked, that you disliked? Is there something that you're worried about going into the season? Is there a player you're keeping your eye on throughout this whole preseason? And let me ask you guys, what do you guys feel like our record prediction is going to be for this season? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, I know I'm trying to get in the swing of things. I haven't posted shit for the past, I don't know how many months, but the season is right around the corner, so I'm trying to get everything back into the flow of things. I want to talk more Raiders football. I might not be on it just as much as I did before, but I still got the podcast channel. We got a lot of special guests still coming on that channel, and I'm gonna be doing this, but during the season we're gonna have a lot of content to post. Also, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, man, follow me at Samoan Raider on all social media platforms. There's gonna be a lot of content on there as well. But Raider Nation, I miss y'all. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't even know how it's going to turn out. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if this is the very first time you're coming across this channel and you enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and that notification button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next one, this is your boy Samoan Raider and your boys. Yeah.